Spokane Regional Emergency Communications making moves to boot the city from their operations, leaving the fire department and the city searching for their own dispatch system.
I don't want a sex offender in my backyard around children. I don't want my grandchildren coming and playing in my yard with that level of risk.
And Spokane residents frustrated after homeless shelters are popping up in their neighborhoods without any warning.
After a day of fog and clouds, the sun is back in the forecast and taking us into the weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. First up tonight, a big announcement from the region's emergency dispatch network. They're planning to boot the City of Spokane from its services entirely.
The Spokane Regional Emergency Communications Board of Directors made that decision, and it's not sitting well with city leaders. KREM 2's Christian Garza has more on the decision and the fallout.
After years of discussion, the Spokane Regional Emergency Communication Board decided at its most recent meeting that it would end discussions with the City of Spokane about its integration into the regionalized emergency communication system.
This comes after city officials and SHREC have been in talks for over 5 years about this specific integration, meaning both the city and the county would have one regional communication system for emergencies. Back in 2022, the Spokane Fire Department successfully joined the regional model due to staffing challenges. However, the Spokane Police Department has not moved forward with the full integration. Despite discussing options, Julie Oberg, the Spokane Fire Chief, says the two sides couldn't come together to make any progress.
So it had become very frustrating in recent times that it did not seem like we were making a lot of headway as far as collaboration.
Chief Oberg says the city's main concern had to do with governance and how the city would be represented inside of SHREC as well as the finance model. The SHREC Board of Directors say they gave as much information as they could during these discussions.
Coming up tonight, we hear from both sides of the conversation about next steps and if this decision is going to impact the community. In Spokane, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's take a quick break from the headline to talk weather. A cloudy and cool day across the region, and our overnight temperatures are about to take a dip.
Yeah, so my question as we turn to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, is it starting tomorrow or do we have one more day?
Kind of starts tomorrow.
Okay.
But tomorrow will be warmer than today.
Okay.
Right. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, today was supposed to be warm, but boy, sometimes you just miss a forecast. That's a bummer. Yeah. It's a bummer. We had really clear skies last night, and that allowed our temperatures to plummet. We dropped enough that we got all of the moisture to condense and got fog. Then clouds overran that fog, and we've just stayed cool. 28 degrees right now here, 30 in Deer Park and 30 in Sandpoint, 29 in Coeur d'Alene and Ritzville, mid-30s in Pullman and Moscow. There we go. Finally got those temperatures to read more accurately. Temperatures are likely going to climb slightly tomorrow. Emphasis on slightly, because we wind up seeing more sunshine on the backside of this cold front, but then our cold air just continues to slowly filter in. Cold air is more dense than warm air, so it's more pushy. Dense things tend to be more pushy. That's a rule of life. Temperatures fall down into the mid and low 20s overnight. By tomorrow afternoon, I seriously think we might eke out another 30-degree high, so warmer than today, and it comes with more sunshine. Saturday, a little more cloud cover, and Sunday, tons of sun, but a high of just 28 makes it look a lot like today.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. David Lynch, the American filmmaker, writer, and artist who's scored Best Director Oscar nominations, has died at the age of 78, according to his family.
Lynch is best known for his works Blue Velvet, The Elephant Man, Mulholland Drive, and Twin Peaks. The enigmatic artist preferred not to explain his complex, bewildering films, which included Wild at Heart, the 1990 Palme d'Or winner of the Cannes Film Festival, the 1977 horror film Eraserhead, and the 1997 mystery Lost Highway.
It's art. He is making stuff that is beyond like a Hollywood blockbuster. He's making like images on film that are meant to be art, and you don't always understand, like in a linear fashion, what art is.
His style of filmmaking prompted the term Lynchian, which Vanity Fair magazine described as weird, creepy, and slow. In his films, Lynch inserted the macabre and disturbing into the ordinary and mundane and heightened the impact with music.
The acclaimed director was married 4 times and fathered 4 children. And just in case you didn't know, he was actually born in Montana but spent some of his childhood here in the Lilac City.
All right, still ahead tonight, a local woman sentenced to prison for her part in the grisly murder of her daughter's ex-boyfriend. How long Brenda Cross will spend behind bars when we come back after the break.